A lot of things have happened since my last video, and I wanted to update about that and also say that I'm 14 weeks on T as of this past Tuesday. Some changes that I've noticed, my voice I think maybe is dropping a little bit more. I noticed I have a lot of, it feels like I've got stuff caught in it all the time. More hair growth. My sideburns are coming in. You can't really tell here, but I mean, I've also got a nice case of acne going on too. I got my hair cut on Thursday, and the girl who cuts my hair actually didn't cut my sideburns like she usually does, which is kind of nice. But I mean, you can, in person, you can tell I got some stuff growing on there, and ass hair, yeah. As much as I hate to admit that and talk about that, it's definitely growing. It's kind of an interesting surprise, I guess. The other day I was leaning over the sink brushing my teeth, and I didn't have a shirt on, and I noticed that my upper body, my shoulders and stuff, are starting to look a little bit more masculine. I've been working out and stuff, which is kind of nice. Just a nice surprise. Not a whole lot of other changes that I can really report on, but to get to my updates about my abnormal pap. I'm sorry, I have a really hard time lately trying to gather my thoughts, and please bear with me. But anyways, okay. So on the 3rd, I had my procedure for the colposcopy, which basically there were 3 spots on my cervix that the doctor wanted to check out and send into labs. Procedure itself wasn't too bad. She had to actually remove little bits of my cervix, which was uncomfortable, but it wasn't unbearable. She had I laid back in the thing, and she had me cough, and every time she'd cough, she'd pinch out you don't really need to know all the details. But anyways, out of the 3 spots, I could only stand for her to take 2 because it was just way too uncomfortable. The doctor, this is actually the first time I saw her. She was really, really thorough with everything that was going on, she was really thorough about telling me, step by step what she's going to do and what she plans on doing. And she said she's never had a transgender patient before, but one of the other doctors there actually had treated a trans person before. So she ended up getting some of her information from that doctor, which was pretty cool. So she told me, well, I'm going to send these in, and we'll talk on, the following Monday. So this past Monday, I went in, but I think it was maybe about Wednesday of last week, I got a letter in the mail from her saying that everything came back normal with my pap. So I was kind of bummed out because I didn't know how that was, if that was going to affect me getting a hysterectomy or not. But I still got my appointment for Monday, and when I walked in, she says, I have good news for you. And I was like, do you have good news for me? And she says, well, the pap came back as negative for cancer, which was good. And she said, but you have cervical dysplasia, which I guess the only way to describe it is like a precursor to cancer or something. I don't know. She didn't really explain that well. So basically, it's, if I don't get it treated, it can turn into cancer. So, she had called my insurance company, and they said that they would not cover a hysterectomy under gender identity disorder, which I knew they weren't going to already because they didn't cover anything else gender related. But she said that since I have cervical dysplasia, that insurance will cover it. So I have my surgery appointment, or my surgery booked or dated or whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry. I've been like really bad funk lately, and it's really wearing on me. But anyways, my surgery date is March 20th, and I'm pretty, as of right now, I'm pretty excited about it, but I'm pretty sure that when it gets closer to the surgery date, I'll be freaking out a little bit more. I told a bunch of people in my support group, and they're all, gunning for me and excited and supportive. And my partner was actually fairly, surprisingly supportive. And he says, well, if it's something that can be done, then, do it. It's not something to mess around with. So I'm pretty excited about that, but I do want to apologize again. I know I always apologize in these videos to anybody who's watching, but I'm not very, entertaining, and it just seems like, I get a little bit of good news, but then I kind of like 2 steps forward and 3 steps back type of thing. And I've just been kind of a bad funk lately, and it's getting harder for me to express myself verbally, and it's kind of odd that that's happened, because usually I'm not like really eloquent when I talk or anything, but I can get across what I'm trying to say. But lately I'm stumbling over my words, and it just really kind of sucks. But no one else has noticed. No one really pays that much attention to me, I guess. No one gives me enough attention or whatever. I don't know. Friday was Valentine's Day, which sucks. I hate Valentine's Day. I've never really cared for it. But my partner and I, we went out to eat, and I'm dressed in boy clothes, and he is, your stereotypical male with big bushy beard and all this. And the manager of the restaurant was coming around, and he's like, how are you two doing? And I don't think he quite knew which category to put us in, and because everybody's got to fit into a category. And it was just a little bit awkward. And it was just my partner and I. Our kids were at school, and he specifically made it a point to call me by my birth name, even though it was just us two there. I don't know if he was trying to prove a point or something, or just say it loud enough to where people around us could say, like, oh, well, that's a girl, or whatever. I don't know. And then just shit with my partner. It just sucks. The other day he was going in the refrigerator to do something, and I reached over to hold the door open for him, and my hand accidentally brushed his, and he recoiled. He pulled his hand back like nobody's business, and it's like, holy fuck, I'm sorry, I didn't even mean to touch you, and for you to give me that reaction, it's just, it hurts. My dad, he keeps telling me, well, I don't think I would have been as nice as him, and, keeping you in. If it was me, I would have kicked you out. And it's like, well, you obviously think a lot differently than what he does, and I don't know. It's really hard when, the people who are meant to love you for no matter what, just kind of throw you to the wayside, or just treat this as a phase. But I don't know, I'm just kind of hoping that things change, and I'm still working on my online courses and stuff, so hopefully I'll be able to get a job, and that'll change my outlook on life a little bit. So alright, I guess I'll try updating before my surgery.